Hi, it's Evelyn Champagne King.
You mean it's the Evelyn Champagne King. Is that correct? All right.
Yes. How are you?
I am doing well. I was doing okay, and then all of a sudden I got this phone call from the Evelyn Champagne King. Now I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much.
That's good. You.
Oh my gosh. My name is Clayton Giovanni, and I am someone who loves music, and I'll just say it because I was surprised with who I got to be, honored with today. And because they kept it as a secret for me because they know I got a big blabbermouth. And I'm like, who? What? Wait, level down? What? So I'm driving.
Well, thank you.
Oh, yes. I'm driving from my day job, and I'm like immediately, windows down, radio cranked up, iPod plugged in. Everyone's going to hear what I'm going to be doing tonight. So the lady in drive-thru.
So you're in your car while we're talking?
No. This was earlier today. You were in my car while
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my car right now. I just came from lunch with my husband. I consider it lunch. And I ran right. I didn't eat yet, so I ran right to the car just to make sure I do the interview.
Well, thank you. You're so cool. Oh, my gosh.
No problem.
She's like, yes, I know. I'm so cool. Well, all right, Ms. King. Do you want Ms. King, Mrs. King, Dr.
Yes.
King? Is there a PhD somewhere in there?
No, well, it's the Mrs. because I'm married is Mrs. Fox.
Mrs. Fox. Okay.
Yes, Mrs. Fox, since I'm married with Fox. My stage name, of course, King, so if you say Miss King, it's fine.
Well, I will try to remember Miss King or Mrs. Fox. Okay.
Yes, okay.
I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. This is absolutely grand. And I understand you're coming over to us, Columbus, Ohio, for Pride.
And I'm excited.
I hope you are, because we have a 3-hour Pride Parade. Columbus, Central Ohio is just amazing with our GLBTQI and every other LMNOP person out there. Anyone who's been dancing has heard your songs and knows who you are, and that's all there is to it. And this is going to be
there you
awesome.
Go.
Have you been to Ohio before?
Fine.
Well, it's just the truth.
It's been a long time since I've been there, I think. Long time.
Where do you normally go around when you're in around the States?
In the States?
Yes.
You mean like where I travel in the States? Well, I just left Lexington, Kentucky. I was in Chicago. I was in Detroit. I'm going back to Detroit on the 16th before I come to you guys. I bounce around everywhere, basically. Atlantic City, New Jersey, Vegas.
You're just an entertainer.
Anywhere they want me, if I'm available, I'm there.
Well, I hear you. And where they're paying good, right?
Yes, but then where my fans are is what's so important to my heart. So.
Oh, thank you so much. Because unfortunately, sometimes I don't have a lot of pockets.
And I have to say, my fan base is LB. Am I saying it right?
LGBTQIENLMNOP. All of them. It's all these great people.
All of them. My gay fans. I have all the fans, which you guys have really started my career, and I've never failed to mention that because when I was in Boston. I had to go to Boston to do a show. It was my first show at Jason's, and it was a gay club. And I don't think it was actually a gay club. I think it was their night of having a good time in the 70s. They made my career with shame. So I'll never live that down because I know where it all started.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm going to tell you now, you don't understand. When you're gay and, there's not a lot out there going for you and you hear your voice and your lyrics on the dance floor, you just help me forget about a lot of things and get into the groove and get into the movement and realize that someday we're going to be able to get married. Someday we're going to be able to hold hands. Someday we're going to have a 3-hour Pride Parade. And
that's right.
Look at this.
And I'm going to be there singing for you.
And I appreciate it so much. That is absolutely awesome. And you are a doll baby. And by the way, you're driving, so I want to make sure if you need to pull over, you just let me know.
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not. I parked. No, I'm actually parked sitting in my car outside of the restaurant that I was eating.
That's good. What? Since you're like eating and I'm a bigger guy, trust me, I know about a biscuit. What kind of food did you have?
Well, we went to Minato Sushi. It's a sushi restaurant, but we don't eat sushi. We sit at the bar and eat like chicken teriyaki dinners and California rolls.
So that's your secret. Okay, I like it.
We just make it look good. Yep.
With you coming down, how many Pride events have you had a chance to partake in?
Oh, I can't remember that. It's been so many.
That works for me. Lots.
Over the year, it's almost 40 years, actually, Clayton. It's almost 40 years in the business.
That's awesome.
And I'm so thankful thankful and grateful for that. Believe me, I am. And I haven't stopped traveling ever since I started, so I really don't complain about that either. And there's a lot of artists, as you can tell, they either have complaints about things like that. Oh, no work. I'm so blessed because I'm not just dance artist. I have also R&B following and trying to keep up with what's going on. But I keep traveling, and they don't get me back in the studio because I'm always on the road.
Well, no, this is nice to hear that you're a diversified artist because, like you said, this is what keeps you going as well. That is going to be amazing.
Right.
I hope you have a blast here in Columbus. I'm going to tell you now, Stonewall.
I know I will. You're going to be there, hopefully.
You know it. We got to bump hips once.
Okay.
And
all right.
with Stonewall 2016 Pride, it is just bigger, badder, awesome. And I don't know if you heard about our last year Pride, but I know you're going to make sure that this doesn't happen. Last year's Pride totally rained out. It was beautiful. It was beautiful because you know what we did when it rained? We kept marching.
What?
We kept marching. You keep walking. I don't care if there's mascara running down your lips, down your legs.
Oh, wow.
You walk that parade.
That's a beautiful thing.
And it was
I don't think water hurts anyone.
No, it was a warm parade. It was warm rain, so it was all good. But eventually we had to just stop because it just was not. It was never going to stop. But it was awesome.
Wow.
And with you coming in, it's going to be nothing but the rain. Just going to dry up. It's going to be nothing but sunshine, obviously. And that's all
sure?
to it. Oh, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure. We did not have as great a time without you being there. So now it's going to be awesome.
Oh.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm so tickled. Now, I've been reading up on some of your history and some of your bio. You have some interesting stuff that's happened with you in your life. I would like to touch on that if you don't mind.
Okay.
So there was this medical condition that happened, this fibroid.
I'm glad somebody's bringing that up.
Yes.
Yeah, because I try and even talk to a lot of the young girls, just to let them know that we can get those so quickly and don't realize how quickly we can die from it.
Now,
and,
go ahead.
They grow so fast. I literally was gone for a minute. Well, half a minute, they said. I know I wasn't here because I saw a light, so I know I was gone. And what brought me back was a blood transfusion that I did not want because I was afraid because I'm so used to being stuck on stupid from the past. Because in the past, we remember what was all in the, having a blood transfusion. You get something else, you get sick, you die anyway. Of course, I was scared. But if my husband wasn't there with me, he saved my life by making sure that they did what they had to do to keep me alive. I just hate the fact that I'm not able to bear children for him, for my husband, after losing a child and then having this fibroid grow on me. It's really, really tough. And that hurts me more to the core every day, every walk of life, looking at other children and going, wow, I wish I could have a child for my husband, but he loves me unconditionally, and he wanted my life as well as anything. So.
Well, and that's an awesome part to have as a partner. And I'm just going to throw in my 2 cents on this. And having a child is a marvelous part of anyone's life, provided the child's not a brat. But but outside of the child not being a brat, outside of that, also a person who does not have a child gives them and affords them more time to focus on other things that would have to be divided amongst the family. As an artist, an engineer, a doctor, a philosopher, a leader in the church, without having a child responsibility or a family responsibility like that, lets you become longer, stronger, faster, harder than someone who has those obligations. And I'm not going to fault anybody who's got a child or not. It's just that look on some of the brighter sides here. We've got an artist who's been out there performing like crazy left and right. I'll tell you, if you had a child, you probably would not have been able to do as much as you've done. That's my own personal belief, and I'll
my daughter was 2 years old when she died.
I read that. I didn't want to bring it up.
So I did have her. Yeah, she was 2 years old, and I did take her on the road for a minute. It was, even though my mom was there to monitor her with me.
Sure.
She had severe brain damage. She was taken away from me due to malpractice by them taking her out of me. Yeah, taking her out of me way ahead of time. It wasn't my doctor. I heard them call the name. That wasn't my doctor. And they sliced me with a cesarean instead of letting me have natural childbirth. But then she wasn't even full term. She wasn't even full. She was 8 months. I was only 8 months pregnant. All these things happened at the same time. It was like I stepped back after a few years later and started thinking, God gives us things happen for a reason. It's not always good. It's not always bad. It's just that this is the way life goes. It took me a long time to realize that.
It's not an overnight thing. It's not an overnight thing to realize that. When you came to realize that, what helped you get from the day that you didn't realize it to the day you did realize it? What was that one key moment?
Knowing what my mom went through, because my mother went through having a child that had meningitis.
Okay.
And he wasn't supposed to live past 12 years old. He just celebrated his birthday, and I about 2 hours ago, I just got off of the video chat and saying happy birthday to him. I love my family. I love my siblings, unconditionally. And to know that he's still here and he just turned 52.
Yeah, that's a far cry from 12,
So,
isn't it?
Yes. So when the doctors are telling you things and you have hope, my mom always had hope and believed. She believed and she had faith. And to have that, we just know that we're unconditional family. The Kings were very tight-knit anyway. And, I mean, I done already went through losing my mom, dad, and a brother in 1 year in 1997. I just lost my sister last year, my eldest sister. And then, of course, knowing I lost my child in 89, it's a lot to grasp. I'm strong because I have a husband that loves me dearly, and I know that my parents would turn over in their graves if they knew that I gave up of the thing that I love so much.
You have serious strength. You have serious strength, and that is amazing, and that's praiseworthy for sure. That is just absolutely awesome to hear, and I love hearing how people have surpassed crazy odds and a lot of the naysayers.
Oh, wow.
And that is just awesome to know this little extra factoid about you. With fibroid being a particular issue for you, when you say, the young girls need to know about it, you have the mic. What does a young girl need to know? Is this more for all? Is this on all girls? Is this more towards black girls?
It's on every woman. Every woman that is out there that can get a fibroid. They never say never, first of all. You know what I mean? Because if you don't check yourself, first of all, regularly, you would never know what's going on down there.
Right.
And a lot of them don't. They think, I'm fine. Like the young girls out here, they, I hate to say it like this, but they still think it's okay to just sleep around. They're not paying attention to diseases or things they can catch or things that can happen to them. Not just that, certain things are also hereditary. If you check things out more, which I have been, it took me a long time. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect. No one is. To really take care of certain things with your body, just like even your mammograms, do the same thing. Check everything as regularly as you can if you want to stay alive, if you want to be here. Because things change so much in our bodies, especially if there's women that get pregnant, have bad scar tissue. Those things can happen to them. I urge them to just pay more attention to your bodies. You love yourself a little bit harder. I'm
gonna press you for a little bit more. Saying pay attention more to your bodies. Are we talking about the self-exam situation, or are we talking about a clinical checkup situation? Because I'll be honest, I'm ignorant about what you're mentioning in this regards, because I understand about testicular and I understand about breast, because it applies to both,
right?
And I can deal with that.
Right. The breast, I know that. Yeah, it took me a long time to learn that as well. It applies to men and women. Right. As far as making sure, because men can get breast cancer too. Mm-hmm. We just have to check these things. You check your bodies on a regular basis, and we all can live a happier, longer life. And you care about yourself more. First of all, thank God every day that when I was younger, my parents were with me to steer me in right directions of not getting into the drugs, dealing with the drugs, being around. I was around it wholeheartedly because everybody was doing it back then.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I'm still here. I'm testifying to still be here, and there's a lot of them that are gone because of certain things like that, or not knowing what they're doing. So it's the same applies with your body. Men and women, you want to be here, be happy, stay proud of yourself, there you go. That's a way of doing it. Taking care of yourself.
I got to figure
out. Am I right?
Hey, you are absolutely right. I just got to figure out how to involve that and still keep my chocolate sundaes that I like. That's my only problem, because I am a clear
Well, you know what? We could no. I didn't say deprive yourself of stuff. Because I love crab legs. So if I love crab legs, and that's cholesterol, if you love stuff, it just depends on how you're taking care of yourself. We have a balance. Everything's not perfect. Even when they're telling us bad things about certain foods, or this is not good for you. Don't smoke this. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't drink that.
Right.
I mean, they change things every day. 1 minute coffee's bad, the next minute is good. Then it turn around is bad for you. I'm confused. I think who's to judge, which he don't even judge, which is God. I mean, he's the only person that can let us know when it's our time. And until then, this fat lady is going to sing, because I ain't thin no more. I'm cute, but I ain't thin no more.
Oh, I love you. I absolutely love you. I love your energy, and I love what you bring. And this is very nice. There is a beautiful young girl who's coming in from Canada, okay? And she's going to be on the stage at some point around you. And her name is Jordan Alexander, if I remember that right. I'm the one who did an interview. We think I should remember. And she is beautiful and amazing, and like you, she now has open eyes about things. And I love this because we got that from her as well. And, you know, you got to stay strong. You got to pursue your dreams. You got to get away from the naysayers. This is just really nice to hear. And you are definitely...
Well, I'd love to meet her.
You will. You will. And by the way, if she's got ramen noodles near her, you'll know. You'll know it's her because she loves ramen noodles. And she's just wild. So this is cool to see that we have two beautiful, strong women out there, not just supporting us, because trust me, as a gay guy, it's nice to know that you've got all these great allies out there. Performers that are obviously established, strong, putting out great music, great artistry, as well as they have so much depth and spirit to themselves. And this is nice. Right. This is absolutely nice. I've got a real human being that I'm talking to, a real human being I'm eating some crab legs with maybe and bumping hips. I like this. This is just
that would be nice.
Very personable, very realistic. We've got some awesome food here in Columbus. And at our little food venue when it happens, it is absolutely amazing. I hope we feed you well. Your husband's going to be with you?
No, it's my manager's coming because my husband is going to have. He would have came if I wasn't doing a band date first. I'm doing a band date in Detroit, so he has to bring all the equipment back home.
That's a shame too because
so that would have been tough.
Your husband's pretty hot. You know, I'll tell you that. He's pretty hot. You know, you are.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You're absolutely welcome because it would have been fun to be booging with him and you. And it's just kind of like, this is, no. And by the way, just so
I appreciate that. That's the love of my life,
I am not hitting on your husband. I'm just letting you know he is definitely a good
No, believe me. He's worked with me. I had to actually groom him on the fact that, you know, I had a lot of gay fans. And a couple of times we went to, you know, events and stuff. And the only thing is I just let the guys know. I just look at them and I go, I know y'all looking at my husband, but that's mine. Go get yours. So as long as they know that, it's good. He's good, too. He's fine with it.
I love you. Oh, you're awesome. You're absolutely awesome. Evelyn, what more do you want us to tell us about you? What's been going on in your past? What do you see for your future? This mic's open for you. I have no agenda. Okay. You're coming in. We're excited to hear about you. What do you want to say? Or what have you sick and tired of saying? Anything. It's all good.
Well, basically from the beginning, I know that I was young, and the thing is, you know, a lot of young, you know, artists, male or female, that want to come out in the business, mainly from speaking from the past, even up to now, things have changed. The music business is really no longer like, so to speak, music business. It's what you make out of it in order to see your longevity and to see what you're going to get from it, because you didn't see anything in the past. I can at least vouch for that. A lot of other artists that was even there before me, we didn't see what we worked so hard for. And getting in this business, we had to fight, get lawyers, get managers, and people that really cared about you enough to protect you more. And I didn't have all that, and now I do. It's beautiful to see. Of course, statute of limitations just passed by, but then you still got to live on and know that you have fans that really made sure that you are where you are because of that. Appreciate that first, which I always do. That's why I'm always happy to hit the stage. That's my love. That's my love, is the stage. Prior to my husband, you know, I love him dearly, but he knows where my heart is just the same well as him because he's a guitarist, a smooth jazz guitarist. But loving what I do, staying true to yourself, and enjoying life. And up to date with me, I have singles out. I've worked with two other female artists that are very well known, Martha Wash and Linda Clifford. We have a single out together. It was put together from James Arena, which is an author of a book called First Ladies of Disco. And he also did First Legends of Disco. So you'll see that online as well. And he had a book, and his friend, which is James Washington, wanted to put us together to try and make us do some shows for the fans. So I ended up being the artist that James Washington called to go along with Linda Clifford, Martha Wash. And we went out we started doing little, you know, work. We did a single called Show Some Love. So don't forget, Show Some Love is out. It came out in 2015. And I also have my own single, which is called Dance All Night, which was made by my baby brother, Johnny King. He's my baby brother. And it was written and produced and arranged by him. It's a dance song. I hope you all listen to it, like it. It's all on, everything's on iTunes, Facebook. You can see it on CD Baby with Dance All Night. But I'm out there. And I haven't stopped. I'm never giving up until it's my calling. And I know it's not my calling because I'm looking forward to coming there, to seeing you guys in Columbus, Ohio at the Pride event. And I love you all, and thanks so much for your love and support.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to make me cry. And
now, was that a lot?
That was awesome, and that was enough. That was plenty, and there's extra left over. I'm just going to keep it and put it in a little Tupperware container, pull it out when I need some.
Oh, okay. And it's one more thing.
Please
and
do.
my name is still Evelyn Champagne King.
Evelyn Champagne King. Yes, ma'am. And a toast to you, Miss Champagne.
That's right.
I like this. I like
Thank
this.
you.
I don't drink, but I'll drink on this. This is awesome.
I'll drink to that.
Miss King.
I'm looking forward to meeting you.
I hope I live up to your expectations. Look for the guy who's not skinny, and that'll probably be me.
Okay. That's all right. God made us all different, but we're all the same with blood, so it's okay.
Oh, my gosh. You're like really good.
Think about that.
You're really good. If you were not doing music, what would you be doing? That's a curious question now.
Actually, I wanted to be a DJ. I used to play around with doing some DJ with the little cassette player, and I had my own radio station. You're gonna laugh. My radio station back then, when I was a kid, before I got discovered, which is called WDYD, and I called it WDYD because I said, "Hi, this is Evelyn. WDYD. Why do you disco?" So, I wanted to be a DJ, a radio DJ. I also wanted to be an actress. My mom thought I could have been a comedian. I told her, don't worry, I put that on stage. For the years, she learned that I can bring it on the stage as well as sing.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so I bring everything on the stage and just let the people go home and good about me.
Well, and what's nice is that, again, it lets everyone connect with you, because you can connect with a comedian,
right.
But then you got soul-stirring music and something that just really rocks it down into you, and then, this person can actually talk, too, and it has a brain, and it's just like,
that's right.
This is just, it well rounds you out. When I've watched other shows and other performers, yes, I've got people who just play music, thank you, and they can talk for a second, but then they're off. And then I got other people who give me a story, who involve me in other things. And it's just kind of like, I know their performances a lot longer than I know the other ones, the short ones. And it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, we're going on this one.
Yep.
Ms. King, Champagne.
Yes.
Okay, now we talked about the health issues with the fibroid, and thank you very much, because everyone should know more about their body.
Right.
And pay attention to that, so that's cool. Now we're talking about the person who wants to do something in their lives, who would appreciate a piece of inspiration. Anything you can care to share
that I want to do in life? That
anyone wants to do in life. What would you, anything that you want to tell someone, to a young listener, to an old listener, anyone who's trying to just do things in their life, make it big, keep it together, everything and anything. Any of life's wisdom you know. Life's wisdom that I know? Mm-hmm.
Really concentrate on what your tomorrow is going to bring you, because we don't know if tomorrow is promised to us. And after seeing so many people that have passed on, even in the music business, I mean, you can have a fear. Don't be afraid, because we're all going to see each other again.
I like
That's really all I could say.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. You are amazing. You are going to be so much fun to watch, and the performance and the listen to and everything. Now I gotta man my booth a lot, but I'm gonna get a break out there, that's for sure. I'll be there Friday, I'll be there Saturday, I'll be sweating, I'll be bumping, I'll be grinding, and
we better get a picture together.
We will make a picture. We will make a picture.
All right.
I'm wild and crazy, and you're gonna see me with the TrueFM Online logo. I've got a shirt, I've got a hat, I've got hips, I got it all going on, and I've got my little ID card and my photo, and I'm just all about smiles, because if you're gonna take my picture, I'm not sitting there deadpan. I'm all about show the teeth, the dentist paid for it, and we got to work this smile, we got to work the cheese and everything else. So you will know me. You will know me.
We got to vogue a pose. I love posing.
We're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. This is
right.
This is TrueFM Online with an awesome interview with Ms. Evelyn Champagne King. This has been crazy awesome, and you know what, you guys need to learn how to be DJs and learn how to do interviews and work here at the station, because you get to meet awesome, wonderful people like her. This is going to be great. Evelyn, have a safe trip here to Columbus. Ohio is amazingly awesome. You got our phone number. Call up anytime. You got the emails. If there's ever anything you need, seriously, while you're here, I know your manager's taking care of everything. I'm just saying, if there's ever anything, because we would love to help you out and love to give you any kind of, hey, where do I find this at, or the other thing, or I need to pick up tell us. We're at your beck and call, because we want this to be the most rocking place you've been.
I want to give a shout out to all my fans and saying, thank you so much for keeping me alive with my music over almost 40 years. And also, I want to say thank you to the writers, the producers, the DJs, the record pools, all of them that made it possible to make sure that Evelyn Champagne King is still going strong. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. My manager, which is Troy Bronstein, which makes sure that I've always been on my toes with things because he took over. I made sure that he took over my career, already now 10 years ago, because, being steered wrong, which I've been telling a lot of the youngsters, with managers, make sure you look out for them. I have a good fan base. I have a good manager that cares enough, but I just need them to know that you can have all this, but you got to believe in yourself first and do what you got to do, but believe in God. And I thank you so much.
Our sincere pleasure. You are amazing. God bless you. Please drive carefully on the road.
God bless you.
You are a beautiful person. And this.
I'm going to eat now. I'm going to eat my chicken teriyaki dinner.
Please. Now I'm hungry, and I know what I'm going to eat. So, have a good one. Thank you again. If there's anything we can do, let us know. This is going to be such an awesome Pride here in Columbus, Ohio. We will see you.
Got it.
In a few days.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. King, for an awesome pleasure and an honor. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right, you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. People, if you don't know what this is about, this is amazing. And it's a beeping thing. I hate that part of the radio. Okay, all right, let me turn that off. That was it. Evelyn Champagne King, Pride, Columbus, Ohio, 2016. Where are you going to be? I hope you're stepping on out the Pride. All right, that's a key in for another show. Take care.